Hi everybody, it's Steve from the Football Stop, and in today's video I'm going to take a look back at the world of soccer cards, of football cards in 2020. We all know it's been a crazy year. Who would have thought in January and February that coronavirus would have such a massive impact on our lives, the way we live, the way we work and the way we interact with people. But what it has seen is a huge shift towards sports cards, and in particular soccer cards and football cards, which have, despite been moving and growing for some time now, have moved at an unprecedented level over the last 9 months. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk through the content I've shared on the Football Stop. I'll talk about the kind of movers and shakers, what's happened in terms of market dynamics, and some of the big things that happened in terms of product launches over the last few months. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So hi everybody and welcome to the channel. First thing I want to make clear is that in spite of the fact I'm going to cover from April to December 2020, it's important to remember that the soccer card market in general has been growing steadily since probably 2018 at the end of the World Cup there. I think that was just an important point to make. Sadly, I don't have any examples of content because the Football Stop only started making content on Instagram anyway on the 5th of April. That was the first time I actually did a post on Instagram, and the post was about Harry Kane. Actually, it was a post about Harry Kane, saying that basically from what I've been looking at in the hobby, when other prices, in comparison to other prices at the time, which were all cheap, Harry Kane was even cheaper basically. So that was one of my first posts on the Instagram in 2020. Quite interesting that some of the comments looking back, Jamie for example, who I highly respected in the hobby and someone I respect greatly in terms of his collection and knowledge in the hobby, talked about this idea that Harry Kane really needs to have a major trophy win if he's ever going to become a significant player or significant investment opportunity within the hobby. Something that I completely agree with now, and that the more I've kind of dug into the hobby and seen what affects prices, I realise now is really important. So I think that's a really kind of self-reflection. That's something that is really important. This idea that for a player to be really successful globally in the hobby and to be a significant investment opportunity needs to have won major trophies. Also comments about him needing to stay fit, which was important. Funny thing, a comment, and no disrespect to the person that said this, comments at the time around Dele Alli being a better investment opportunity, and I think that kind of signals some of the growth and the learning that has been done by the community actually over the last 9 to 12 months. We're definitely seeing America kind of really starting to develop this understanding, awareness of how soccer, how football actually works, and how players kind of drop in and out of teams, which is a real positive, and I hope that comes across as a positive statement. So what else happened in April? So Living Set was well underway. Low print runs for the first few cards. Obviously Messi, I think, I can't remember the date for that, this was maybe into 2019. Lionel Messi was the first card. It was printed and had a print run of around 3,000 to 4,000, I think, if I'm right. I haven't got that in front of me, but the point I want to make is that at the time in April, when I was posting about this, there was highly touted players with small print runs, so Mbappe, Sancho for example, but really not capturing the attention. The prices at the time in the secondary market were around £9.99, which was crazy, and shows again how far things have come from April to where we are at now. The first really significant date is the start of May, where we see Topps make their first kind of big move of the year, I suppose, or what I would consider a big move in terms of sports cards and soccer cards anyway. So Topps had the exclusive license with Borussia Dortmund. They did released the BVB curated set, curated by Dortmund. I got my hands on it at the start of May. It was a really exciting product, and it made use of This license, as I've said, it contained Haaland, it contained Sancho, it contained Gio Reyna, really exciting product, and it was available for £20, which is absolutely crazy when you look back at it now. In retrospect, I should have gone with my gut and bought about 100 of them. I didn't. I bought one because part of my mindset has been that I want as many people in the hobby, in the community, to get hold of products, and I still have that mindset today. So for me, it wasn't about a flip. It was about just kind of enjoying it and sharing it with you guys. But that was a really significant point for me. Also in May, the price of an Mbappe Prism. Now, this is something I'll do throughout this video. We'll keep revisiting the price of an Mbappe Prism because I think it's a good marker of the hobby. The price of an Mbappe Prism actually dropped to £55 in May, around about £55, having hit crazy heights of 125 in late April, and we'll kind of keep a track of where that goes, but pretty crazy. Obviously, football at this point had stopped. Soccer had stopped in all bar maybe like Lithuanian leagues, kind of like the big leagues, Germany, Spain, Italy, England, France, all stopped because of coronavirus. However, Bundesliga restarted on the 16th of May, which was a massive opportunity for Bundesliga, really exciting. Anyone involved in the hobby, coming into the hobby, was suddenly drawn to this league. And this really shouldn't be ignored because don't forget, Bundesliga has Dortmund in it, and Dortmund probably arguably have the biggest or best crop of rookies when it comes to soccer cards. Haaland, Sancho, Reyna, Makoko at the time wasn't heard about, but you get the point. Lots of exciting prospects there. You had other players such as Kai Havertz at Leverkusen, and we'll go on to Kai Havertz because all of a sudden this German youngster, this German midfielder became highly sought after in the hobby. And let's be frank, prices went a little bit crazy, and we'll talk about that as well as we go through. Again in May, prices of a Rashford Select, widely considered by many to be his rookie international at least, or even his rookie by some, were around £20 to £30, but more so towards the £20 price mark. So again, when you compare that to the price points you see now, it's low. 18th of May, I posted about Messi and Ronaldo, their 2006 Panini World Cup cards, how they were being ignored. Again, for those people that have been involved in the hobby much longer, they were picking these up for pounds. Sadly, I wasn't. I was picking these up for around 40 to 50, which at the time, there's a funny comment, I'll try and put it on the screen if I can find it. There's a comment from someone that saw it sell for 80 and was like, wow, as if Ronaldo Messi's World Cup Panini from 2006 has sold for that price. Now you look at it and you think, I'll buy them all for £80. So again, crazy to see how things have changed. And I will, as much as possible, guys, if you listen to this on podcast, you won't sadly be able to see this, but on YouTube, I'll do my best to put some of your comments, interactions over on Instagram on the screen. Hopefully that's something I can do. 5 weeks, so this is after the release of the BVB curated by Dortmund set. 5 weeks after the release of that curated set, Haaland's price is on its way up. Still only sitting around £17.50, so not too crazy. That's towards the end of May. £17.50. We really kind of haven't seen that fluctuate, like go anything crazy like we've seen with Topps Chrome or anything. Just thinking ahead, but still £17.50 is not to be sniffed at, considering the actual packs themselves were only £20 when they were released. So that was kind of a sign of things to come, I suppose, in 2020. And that one card in a pack for Erling Haaland was suddenly worth almost as much as the full pack when released by Topps. And to be honest, I definitely saw sales whereby that one card was worth more than the Topps Dortmund set in its complete and unopened state. So that takes me now to the 28th of May, where on the football stop we explored David Beckham's rookies. Something that I enjoy doing here on the channel is kind of sharing my research with you all, so I really enjoyed that. We realised that the prices being paid at the time, which were relatively expensive, are now pennies, particularly for the earlier cards of Beckham. The rookie, in my opinion, as I've always said, is the Match Magazine sticker. There's still a huge debate about the Raven card. Is it from 1995-96 or is it actually from 2001? People have different opinions on that, and that's absolutely fine. But what it did show me is that in 2020 there was this real interest in rookies, this real interest in people finding out more about the cards, the stickers, about the players, and that's something that I've really enjoyed doing over the last year. Around a similar date, towards the end of May, I also released the first Football Stop podcast, episode 1, where I shared my excitement for the hobby and just kind of what it was like, in my opinion, just jumping into this for the first time, and why I was excited because of the things I'd spotted in baseball, basketball, in other sports cards and other trading card arenas. 1st of June, we're going to go back to Kai Havertz. So, Topps Chrome Bundesliga. Remember, I said when Bundesliga restarted on the 16th of May, Kai Havertz was getting a lot of attention. Kai Havertz, Topps Bundesliga card, 1st of June, was selling for £45 per card and upwards, trending upwards consistently for a number of weeks. However, 16th of December, let's fast forward, 16th of December 2020, a Kai Havertz Topps Chrome Bundesliga PSA 9 just sold for £37. Yikes. Just shows the importance of being aware of the risks, I suppose. You can win some and you can lose some. You need to sell at the right time, you need to buy at the right time. That's an interesting one. So yeah, Kai Havertz went up big time, clearly not having the same level of interest from buyers since he's moved to Chelsea. The start of June was really interesting because it felt like there was a real shift in terms of attitudes between America and Europe. At the time, America, and still is obviously the dominant market for soccer cards, sports cards, whatever you want to call it, football cards. But stickers were being ignored. And at the start of June, or prior to June, I should say, it felt very much, in my opinion, that Europe was kind of jumping on the American bandwagon and trying to buy into cards, almost forgetting that culturally stickers were more significant to Europeans in particular, and arguably more important than cards to the hobby's foundations, I suppose. And that really became apparent, in my opinion, at the start of June. So we said on the Football stop ignoring stickers, it's time to listen, there's real value here. And this was actually reinforced over the week that followed. So 9th of June, price update on Mbappe Prism, please. Mbappe Prism trending up, £80 raw. Panini Foot, the sticker guys, £250 raw. And I think that really created a precedent for America to start listening, for other areas of the world, not just America, to start listening and to start considering actually that stickers might have some value alongside cards. So really interesting shift in dynamics that's only kind of grown, I think, in my opinion, since the start of June. 15th of June now we go to, and Ronaldo 2014 Prism sits at £50 per card. Similar to Messi, both of them kind of along the same wavelengths in terms of prices. Comments underneath are amazing around kind of like madness conversations I had with people that just didn't understand why people were paying £50. What is that in dollars? I can't think. It's $60 maybe, for a Prism card from 2014. Obviously, we know now that then prices have gone significantly higher than that and then come back down. So it's a really interesting one. But yeah, Ronaldo Prism, Messi Prism sat at 50, and just the crazy growth in Prism, which led a lot of people to spend a lot and ultimately lose a lot of money in income. If we're honest, I'm sure people did do well out of it, but that was a real boom for Panini Prism. Will it come back? It'll be interesting to see in the new year. 15th of June, the Premier League returns. The Premier League returned 15th of June apparently. Got it written in my notes here, so it must be true. Obviously that's a huge start of football, albeit behind closed doors again. 18th of June, Haaland BVB price update, please. Dropped to £5 to £7. So remember, people were paying just like a month back. People were paying around £20 for the Haaland BVB card. Dropped now to £5 to £7. Buy, which is exactly what I did. I hope you did the same as well. It might not be at the level of Bundesliga, but don't sniff up that opportunity. Meanwhile, the Premier League's restarted. Remember, first week, Mason Greenwood, Christian Pulisic, Alan Saint-Maximin in particular have great starts and gain traction in the hobby. Mason Greenwood in particular is one to watch. Of course, Pulisic, always popular, being the American star that he is when fit. 25th of June, we move forward. We'll come back to Mason Greenwood. Alphonso Davies starts getting some hobby love. Price of his rated rookie doubles in an 8-week period, possibly because of the upcoming Champions League. It was looking very good from the start for Bayern Munich. Obviously, they went on to win it, and the price reflects that. So Alphonso Davies doubles in price, still relatively cheap, but still double in price. Don't sniff at that. 26th of June. 26th of June. Vintage. No love. That's the comment. That's my overwhelming feeling about the hobby at the end of June, was that vintage was getting very little appreciation by a vast majority of people, at least in terms of social media. And wow, how much has that changed in a 6-month period? Obviously, we know now vintage arguably gets more love than modern product. End of June into July, Lionel Messi has held the Topps Living Set crown with the highest print run for quite some time, actually, around 6 to 7 months, maybe longer than that. New highest print run, Giovanni Reina, this man here, has beaten Lionel Messi in terms of the most cards printed. 5,867 for the young American, just 17 years old at Dortmund. It's his rookie year, so perhaps we shouldn't be so surprised. To me, this was higher than anticipated. I did think it'd get somewhere in the 2000s. 5,867. Crazy. Just shows that Americans buy Americans, and people are searching for those rookies. July, we have 2 big product releases. We hadn't had them for a while because of coronavirus, so this was what everyone waited for. We had 2 big ones all at the same time. We had Topps Finest. Didn't get my hands on the box. Bad times, especially now that the Haaland Finest is going up in price and should be higher than others, in my opinion. You're allowed to disagree. Panini Chronicles also released, which I did get a box of. Very fun to open, and on the channel if you've never seen it. Within that, you had Mason Greenwood, obviously Mason Greenwood rookie Pitch Kings cards, I think it is, can't remember the names, but you had numerous rookies in that Panini Chronicles set of Mason Greenwood, which was absolutely massive in the hobby at the time. We also knew that in July, Bundesliga Chrome was on the way as well. So all of a sudden, we've gone from nothing to having this huge interest from new product in the market, with what is now a much bigger base of investors, collectors, enthusiasts who have joined the hobby, jumped into the hobby over the last few months. 27th of July, I'm going to go to now. So we've flown through July. This one I love. This is probably actually one of my favourite. Are you allowed to like your own post? If I could like my own post, it would be this one. So I looked at Gary V. What impact has Gary V had on sports cards? Well, on the 27th of July, we know, because Gary V came out and said, guys, well, he didn't say guys, he said, what does he usually do? Gets his cards and holds them there like that, doesn't it? And one of those cards was Kylian Mbappe. So what happened? Of course, Panini Foot doubled in price. So Panini Foot doubled to around 400, 500 raw. Prism doubled again to around the 200 price point, and we really started to see Mbappe prices going crazy, probably as the build up to the Champions League and expectation for PSG to perhaps finally win the Champions League became a possible reality. It didn't, of course. Bayern Munich won it. July again, Topps Now starts to gain traction as well. It's the first time we really started to see a lot of people talking about Topps Chrome, starts to capture the attention. We'll talk about that again shortly. Price check Mbappe, please. Now 150. I said 200. It wasn't. It was 150 to 200. Prices fluctuating greatly after the Gary V hype. Ronaldo, Topps Living Set, enters the fold in August. It's one people have been waiting a long time for. People had been waiting for this. We'd had Messi. The first goat is the wrong term, isn't it? But you get the point. It's always Messi or Ronaldo. Who's the better player? I don't know. That's always up for discussion. But in August, we'd find out who would have the bigger print run. Messi, obviously leading the way for such a long time. Then Gio Reyna. And now Topps Living Set Ronaldo takes the helm, takes the win with 10,942. At the time, it was a massive print run. Massive. And now, well, we know otherwise, don't we? Now we know otherwise. But at the time, yeah, 10,942 was a large print run. 4 days later, though, just 4 days later, and I said about Topps Now. Topps Now enter the room. Mason Greenwood blows away Ronaldo's living set. All right, it's a different set, but blows it away with a print run of 13,793. Again, just showing that the hobby was growing, showing that interest was growing. Everything is going up in terms of print run, in terms of interest, and in terms of how hard it is to get hold of product. I know because I didn't get my hands on Topps Finest, for example. That's August. We then move into September. First news of Panini Select Euro 2020, even though the European Championships had moved back to 2021. A strange move by Panini, but they probably already had the order in, they probably already had the print in. What could they do? So they varied it to create a Euro 2020 set. The big thing for me was that it was an incredibly expensive collection. I think, if I'm not wrong, when I first saw that, it was around the £400 price point. It wasn't available, of course. Of course, it wasn't available in the UK, so you had to try and import it from Germany. It sold relatively well. It's still available though, so yeah, it's still available and dropping in price. You can actually get it on the Panini USA site at the moment for around $200, I think. Who wants it? Nobody. It was a poor set in my opinion. If I had to put a marker on worst collection of the year, worst release of the year, that gets it. But let me know yours. Let me know what your worst collection of the year is, because for me, Panini Select Euro 2020 gets it. Middle of September now, and Topps with their RC logo are really starting to become quite dominant. They're selling products for fun. They are releasing on a regular basis, and another one has just hit. So Greenwood's living set, which doesn't yet have the rookie logo, has just achieved a print run of 12,809. So it's beaten Cristiano Ronaldo from the middle of August with its print run of 10,942. But Topps aren't done there, and Ronaldo is not done there. They released in around about the 22nd of September. It's the Underpants Ronaldo collection, as a lot of us like to call it. Obviously, it's actually called Ronaldo, or curated by Ronaldo. The set went down with very mixed reviews, let's say, very mixed reviews. Of course, there was the chance of pulling a Ronaldo auto card, which are now selling at £600 if you manage to get one. But there was also the chance of pulling a Ronaldo in his underpants, which I was actually unlucky enough to do in a video over Christmas. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you look at some of my box breaks, because I managed to pull Underpants Ronaldo numbered, or paralleled I should say. Anyway, interesting set. I think I've actually kept a box or two aside, because I do think it'll go down as an iconic collection in years to come by. Not perhaps for the right reasons, but still it's Cristiano Ronaldo, and for me it'll still be an iconic set, rightly or wrongly. Day later, I've got 23rd of September. This isn't exactly when it happened. This is when I posted about it. Jude Bellingham rookie and Musiala rookies. The Bellingham rookie achieves a print run of 12,793. It's not the highest, but it's still high, and a good print run. We move into October now. Obviously, Golden Boy shortlist was revealed. How much impact did that have on soccer card prices? We don't really know. To be fair, most of the names on the list were pretty well established in terms of desirability, with the likes of favourites, for example, Alphonso Davies and Ansu Fati, Erling Haaland, all leading the way in terms of prospecting. Is it prospecting when they're already that well known? Maybe not, but you get my point. 22nd of October, big day. This was a big day. Topps put the RC logo on Jude Bellingham's Topps living set card. So it's the first time they put the RC logo on a living set card. This was a big shift. It made, obviously it's going to increase the print runs, and that's exactly what it did. And we've seen in future Topps living set cards that they are still continuing to use the RC logo. November now, Pedri rookie drops for Topps now, 7,236. Whilst Messi's future at Barcelona is in doubt. Was he going to go to Man City? No, he wasn't. Of course he wasn't. He was staying at Barcelona. Hopefully he ends up in the Premiership, but it didn't happen in November. This was followed by a Camavinga Topps living set card. Print run 8,340. Again in November. Big one for me, this personally. And I think this had a big impact in the UK in particular. Topps released Match Attacks autographs. Didn't release them, but they started putting Match Attacks autographs in £1 packs, which means you could go down to the shop in the UK, buy a £1 pack, and effectively pull a £100 Almore autograph card. This was a big thing. It got a lot of attention on social media, and was a really smart move by Topps, in my opinion. You can go see these autos on eBay for yourself if you search Topps Match Tax autos. They are going for big money and should not be ignored. This paved the way for Topps' next release, which is yet to be yet to be unboxed on any channels. We've got some coming to the football stock very soon, hopefully in the new year. But the Topps Match Tax Chrome, big new release, looking forward to opening that. But they did well building from the autographs to Match Tax Chrome. They also released, I feel like it's Topps, but that just, I think this is a reflection of Topps' dominance this year against Panini and other manufacturers. Frontera, for example, who are just starting to enter the hobby again and start to have conversations with collectors and enthusiasts in the hobby. But 18th of November, it's Topps again releasing their Lost Rookies. So that was a really interesting development. We've obviously seen Ronaldo and Alessandro Del Piero now join that list, and it'll be really exciting to see who is added to that over Christmas. 30th of December, we had the collaboration with, or 30th, around the end of November, we had the collaboration with Tyson Beck, which is super exciting, something that I've been really wanting to happen in the hobby for a long time. We'd seen it with Project 2020 in baseball. We saw the success there, and now it's been brought to soccer. So Tyson Beck, renowned artist, now working with Topps to produce limited print run Match Tax cards. The first one is Marcus Rashford, limited print to 100. Really exciting in the hobby, hard to get hold of, and already quite big prices. They were in December, they reached 100. They're dropping down now to around about the £50 price point, but still an exciting card, an exciting development in the hobby. We're nearly there, and my voice is going, but I'm going to crack on, keep going. December, we're almost at the end of 2020. Football Stock. The Football Stock YouTube channel hits 500 followers. Hey, Haaland keeps getting more expensive, so we took a look at Haaland. We looked at the price differences between Bundesliga Chrome, which has obviously been out for some time now, BVB Chrome. Obviously, the Topps Chrome Champions League had just been released, and Sapphire, when I actually first did that, hadn't even been announced yet. So this was done, but it's new. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the prices of Haaland's card. I can only see them going up personally. Summer Signings, which was released by Topps in Europe in summer when the transfers were all done, started getting delivered to people in December, and I've been opening these over the last few weeks on the channel. They've been really cool products. Good fun that you can get parallels, good fun that you can get autographs in every two, but yeah, Summer Signings. And then to finish off with a bang, we had Topps Chrome Champions League, released first with unprecedented demand, it's fair to say. Sold out in the United States, then went on the market in the UK later, which was probably not the best move by Topps, if we're completely honest. It was nigh on impossible to get a box of it. Well done to those people that did, I didn't. The surprise came a few weeks later, a week or two later actually, when Topps released Topps Chrome Sapphire. So these like crazy sapphire coloured lovely cards. Again, high demand, hard to get hold of, and we managed to get a box here on the Football Stop, so I'm looking forward to opening that. But the big thing was the addition of the RC logo in that Topps Chrome Sapphire box, which wasn't in the Topps Chrome Champions League box from the week or two before. So you can get an Ansu Fati Topps Chrome rookie card from the Sapphire, but not the Topps Chrome Champions League. So that caused quite some controversy in the hobby, but still exciting products to end the year, no less. I think it's fair to say, guys, to summarise, that this year has been absolutely crazy. Obviously, this video can't go into detail about everything because there's just too much developing too fast, but it's fantastic. My learning is that the community is just a great place to be, and I genuinely enjoy engaging with people every day and learning more every day. I'm excited to see what comes next. Obviously, we've got Panini Prism at some point around the corner. We saw yesterday a new Topps Merlin UEFA Champions League slash Europa League release, which is due for June. Obviously, we've got the Europa Championships, fingers crossed, in 2021 as well. So much to look forward to. I'm excited to see what else Topps, Panini, even Futera, who are getting involved, like I said, have up their sleeves. It's a good place to be. I'd like to say thank you to you all for engaging with the content I've put out on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, of course, over the last few months. I really do appreciate it. If you don't follow me and you're watching this, then you can do just search the Football Stop on all those channels, and hopefully you'll find something you enjoy. But what a year it's been. With that in mind, hope everyone's had a lovely Christmas period. If you are celebrating, Happy New Year, and let's get stuck into the hobby again. And I look forward to speaking to everyone very soon. Bye bye.